Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And it almost feels like we were destined to get to this point. The top two seeds of the college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here, as always, by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout, who makes the grab. They finally tackle him at the 4. That's a solid gain on the pitch and catch.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
And the Gators looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line. These are tough yards to come by. Positive yards, good push inside there by that offensive line.
See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying for the touchdown on the right side. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Boy, as a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front and it costs you. It's exactly what happened here as they score this touchdown.
And the Florida offense retakes the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a 1st down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Now look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Snags the quick throw. An effective play, good for a 1st down at the 35.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Burns. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Gators come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. First down, looking to throw the football. Looks to the left, and it's complete. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Looking to throw yet again. That catch is hauled in. Defense able to stop him. It's fourth down now.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he can get the yards after the catch, enough for the first down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
The Gators will look to convert here on fourth down. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. He's escaping the pocket now. And he's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense. And the Gators offense retakes the field. Last possession, they were stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something here. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Crossing the 35. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. That's the 2-minute warning in this close first half. The offense trying to score and claim the lead before the break. So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Grab down the middle. It's Burns. They stop him, but it's a first down.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. 2nd and 10 here. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And there's the handoff. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Receiver in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. And no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
They'll run it from the gun. And they're able to tackle the ball carrier there.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. The pass is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
And the Florida offense retakes the field. Let's see what they can do here. There's time to run a few plays, perhaps get into field goal range. Looks to the left, pass caught. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. There's a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gators.
Well, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5 wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Hit as he released it, and it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. Second down after the incompletion. From the gun, he looks for an open man. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Tough spot for the offense here. 3rd and 10, back inside their own 5-yard line. We're going to find out if they're going to play it safe or take a risk. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes this defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game, they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Solid run. They'll bring it down at the 28-yard line.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. Handoff here from the shotgun. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Tackle, but 1st down.
Chris, I'll be honest, man. I thought on 4th down and 1, they might be just trying to draw the defense off sides, but they caught me and probably the defense by surprise as well, especially on their own side of the field. Gutsy play call right there to keep this drive alive.
And the Gators pick up enough for a 1st down here. That's a design quarterback keeper. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line. The gain makes it 2nd and medium. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They bring it down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. And this offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
Now, they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence, really, as this game goes on.
The Gators starting a new series here on 1st and 10. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Picks up a short gain, but is swarmed by the defense flying to the football. Defense cannot get off the field. The long drive continues. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away. It's 3rd down for the offense. Can they pick up the 1st on the ground? Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Boy, Chris, you cannot overstate how big of a conversion this was to be able to pick this up on the ground. Yeah, the offense still has the lead, but you can just feel the defense having all the momentum with the points they've been able to compile. And that run right there picks up a 1st down and can kind of settle things down a bit.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Fans of the defense got to be frustrated. The offense cannot be stopped here. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run.
Now that's what I call coming through for your team in a pressure situation. Great read, got the ball where it needed to go, and now you're set up to get 6.
Very efficient on third down, and now it's first down and goal. And Florida has the lead, Kirk, as we break for the quarter. We've reached the end of the third quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. Before the final period, let's check out the game stats. As we head to the final quarter of this showdown, we're going to find out who can really make the plays when it counts the most. So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a first and goal. There's the handoff. And they've got him. Offense facing second and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
Urgency here in the fourth quarter. They must cut into this lead. It's third down and goal. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Florida. And the Gators offense retakes the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
The Gators are in the red zone now. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's third down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
And the Gators will line up on 1st and 10. That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the playoff. That'll cost them 5 yards.
Delay of game. Offense.
And the delay of game penalty will push the offense back 5. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Keeping it on the ground here. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Great job by the running back is staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the fourth quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate. They've got to make a play here. The offense just has to take care of the ball, a chance to really secure victory here.
And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? And he'll drop back here on third down. Pass caught. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kirk.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
And the Florida offense retakes the field. What a satisfying feeling for this team. Just run out the clock and let the celebration begin. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1. Heads up, first snap in the red zone on this drive. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they stop him at the 4 after an excellent run.
Boy, this offense's execution has been on point all game long, but especially in this fourth quarter. They're getting better and better, and this defense seems to have just quit out there.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. Coming up, 2nd down and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Man, I really thought on 2nd goal you might see the offensive coordinator elect to throw the ball, but instead try to catch the defense now.
Touchdown, Florida. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
What an emphatic statement to close out this national championship run. You know, the coach told his guys, go out there and leave no doubt. He said mission accomplished.
Well, sometimes a team wins a national championship and they just got hot at the right time. And there's other times when it's been clearly the best team in college football all year. To me, these guys have been right up there as the top team in college football, and it's very fitting that they not only win it, but they win it in grand fashion.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are officially your kings of college football and national champions, the Florida Gators.